Hey everyone, Karnak here of Star Wars Armada Explained. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be looking at the Rebel Officer Adar Tallon. Now, Adar Tallon is unique. You can tell if you look there in front of his name, you'll see a little dot or a bullet point. Signifies that he is a unique officer, meaning you can only bring one of him in your fleet. How do you know he equips to the officer slot? If you look at the bottom left hand corner of the card, you'll see the officer upgrade icon. How do you know he's for the Rebel Alliance? You look there, you'll see the faction symbol for the Rebels next to his point cost, which is 10. So a little expensive for an officer, but he's fantastic for his ability. His card reads, after you resolve a squadron command, exhaust this card to toggle the activation slider of one squadron activated with that command. Because remember, when you choose to resolve a squadron command, you are choosing to, the first thing you do is you activate the activation slider of that squadron from blue to orange or from orange to blue. You then move and attack with that squadron, and then typically that's the end of it. That squad has gone. It then doesn't get to move in the squadron phase. What Adar allows you to do, and this card doesn't have any clarifications. It doesn't have any errata or anything like that. It does have one or two interactions I'll make sure to cover. But essentially, if, for example, if this MC-80 was activating 3 squadrons, it had revealed a squadron command. Remember, you move and activate squadrons one at a time. So we'll say, you know what, we'll move in Dutch Vander, speed 3. We're moving Tia Nub, his speed 2. And we're moving Nim, his speed 3. And so typically, obviously if there are any enemy squads there, they could move and attack, or otherwise maybe they're just moving. And then of course, then you have resolved your squadron command. Then Adar Tallon, you can exhaust this card. You can choose any of the squadrons you have activated to flip their tab back from the activated side to the unactivated side. And then then the ship moves, and then you can resolve it. And that squadron, either you can activate with a different ship. If you have another ship within range, you can activate them on the next time that you can activate the ship, or you can activate that squadron again in the squadron phase. Now remember, obviously if they're rogue, they can move and attack. Otherwise, if they are activated in the squadron phase, they don't have rogue. They can either move or they can attack. They can't do both. So that is Adar Tallon in a nutshell. 10-point cost. You may think, why is that so good? Well, for certain fighters, like for example Nim or Tia Nub or like Dutch Vander, if they have that ability to be able to attack something twice, whether it's Tia Nub, anti-squadron attack where he's able to do a splash damage, maybe it's Dutch, he's trying to activate maybe 2 key squadrons so that they don't get to go. Maybe they're heavy hitters like Merrick Steele or Mora Key. Or in the case of Nim, his special crit ability is if he rolls a blue critical, you get to choose a defensive token on a ship that is forever lost. So Nim is great for stripping brace tokens, redirects, or evades off certain ships. So he's fantastic like that. So in those situations, 10 points. This is coming out of just your ship cost, not like a squadron cost. So to have a squadron be able to activate and go twice is very, very powerful. And that is, he combos great, not necessarily as being an officer on Yavaris himself, but in combination with. So for example, let's back this up. Say that you have a situation where you have a ship that has Adar Tallon. He's usually floating around on a GR-75. So maybe you've got a situation where you've activated Tia Nub and you pop him up, within his speed 2. Maybe there's something there that he shoots or not. Maybe you're just doing it to get that movement. And then when you activated him, you flip him to his activated side, you exhaust Adar Tallon, and then you unactivate him. Now you have Yavaris. If Yavaris is in range, either through relay or in natural range, which is close to medium, and then if Yavaris can activate Tia Nub, to get that double tap, I mean that's just brutal. That's essentially 3 attacks with a very powerful squadron. And because remember, with Yavaris, the only restriction is the squadron doesn't move from Yavaris' activation. It doesn't say anything else about other ships activating or moving those squadrons around if you have fighter coordination teams. So, I mean, just a very powerful combo card and almost a no-brainer if you are going hot squad heavy. Not that you need to bring him, but just that there's so many combo options with him. Now, I do want to talk about one unique aspect of his card and how it pairs with an MC80. I've done a card. I haven't done Independence yet, I don't think, but Independence is a card for an MC80. It's a ship title that allows you to activate squadrons, and when you do, they can move to up to speed 4. So essentially, if the squadron can only go like speed 2 or speed 3, like these fighters here, if you have them move speed 4, they can't attack if they're moved in that manner. However, you could move them, the speed 4, something like that B-Wing, for example. Yeah, it can't attack, but then you can exhaust Adar Tallon and unexhaust, one of those squadrons. So it's a good way to maybe have something jump ahead. And then, maybe you've got something set up with a VCX to relay from somebody else who can then activate them after that. So I just want to make sure people know that just because that squadron did move, it's only when it says it's only during that activation. Again, Adar unactivates them, so essentially it just resets the slate. So a different ship can activate him to do something. So I want to make sure I at least was covering all that. I mean, for the most part, there is no anything other super crazy or anything like that going on. Very straightforward, fantastic card. Of course, if you feel like if I did miss anything or if I got anything wrong, please be sure to comment, let me know about it. And again, for the timing of the card, it's essentially, when you reveal your squadron command, you move and activate your squadrons one at a time. Once you're done doing your squadron activation, you then need to declare, okay, now I'm exhausting Adar Tallon. I'm unactivating one of the squadrons that I moved, and then obviously you move your ship and then you complete your movement. So that is Adar Tallon. Appreciate you guys watching, and like always, I'll catch you guys next time.